Much like his co-president, Elon Musk is panicking because it's all fallen apart around him. Elon is not only getting booted out of his little position in the government day by day as his Doge continues to be a disastrous project that is not just dumb but hated by all Americans, as it rightfully should be, but the hate is also being directed at his swastikars. Yes, Tesla's stock continues to plummet and Elon is freaking out. And that freak out was caught in a leaked call that just reveals how bad things are for Elon. And we are going to get into it. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video. And if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way and it really does mean a lot to me. Now, before we can get into Elon's freak out, I want to show you the perfect example illustrating just how bad it is spreading to the White House with Elon's corruption with Secretary of Commerce, one of the craziest people in the Trump administration, Howard Lutnick, right here.
To build the next generation technology. I think if you want to learn something on this show tonight, buy Tesla. It's unbelievable that this guy's stock is this cheap. It'll never be this cheap again. When people understand the things he's building, the robots he's building, the technology he's building, people are going to be dreaming of today and Jesse Waters and thinking, gosh, I should have bought Elon Musk's stock. I mean, who wouldn't invest in Elon Musk? You got to be kidding.
All right, so you're calling.
Now, of course, Elon sees the federal government as just an extension of one of his companies. So there is no surprise that he is sending the Secretary of Commerce out to, tell people to buy his stock? This is insane. It's not an ethics violation. It's not corruption. It's not even criminal. It is something that is a step above this. This is just degrading of our government. This is completely embarrassing. It rises to a level even above criminality because it is just so disgusting and blatant. But it is also blatantly true that Elon is freaking out. It could not be more obvious, and it was all revealed on a leaked call inside Tesla that Chris Hayes reported on right here.
This is really the key point. All of this sort of weird back and forth, self-contradictory sort of, oh no, we would never do that. Those denials do show they do understand the problem here, right? Like even Donald Trump. It would not sit well with most Americans because, as Donald Trump notes, Elon's business in China makes it a gargantuan conflict of interest. China is the second largest market for Musk's Tesla car business. Did you know that? Do you know that Musk has multiple Tesla factories in China, including the company's largest production facility in the world, which you can see in this video, produced by China's state-run media company? Okay? That facility produced half of all Tesla cars in the world last year. Musk has staked Tesla's future on its operations in China. And this is an enormous vulnerability for him because right now, Tesla sales are plunging, especially in China. They used to be the hottest electric car in the world, but now they have lots of competition. They are getting their butts kicked in China by homegrown car maker BYD, company started as a battery maker, who has eaten Tesla's market share with cheaper cars that don't regularly combust or plow into traffic. This week, BYD unveiled a battery system that can charge an electric car in 5 minutes, roughly the same amount of time it takes to fill up a tank of gas. As a result, Tesla's China shipments dropped by half in February from a year earlier, just over 30,000 cars. That's the lowest monthly figure since July of 2022. And of course, this is part of a bigger story about just how brittle Elon Musk's wealth really is. Tesla is spiraling everywhere. The company just announced a recall of all of its Cybertrucks to repair body panels that won't stay on. That recall also tipped reporters off to how many Cybertrucks the secretive company has actually ever sold, which is less than 50,000. Then there are the protests, not just in the U.S., but worldwide demonstrations and boycotts of Tesla to oppose Musk's one-man war on the federal government, including his dalliances abroad, where he, for instance, endorsed the far-right party in Germany. Competitors are now encouraging Tesla owners to trade in their cars, and owners are doing that at a record pace. Tesla had accounted for a majority of Musk's wealth until this week, but now its stock has plummeted, over 40% of its value gone in the last 2 months. 40%. In an all-hands meeting this week, Musk, back at Tesla, begged employees to, quote, hang on to your stock. But get this, okay? In the past 3 months, top officials in Tesla, people at the top of the company, they have sold more than 1,000 shares in the company. In that same period, they have bought 0 shares of the company they work for. Not even a shameless Tesla sales pitch by the American president on the White House lawn can goose Musk's sales numbers. Like his wealth, Musk's mystique rests largely on the success of Tesla. And listen, that success is now anything but assured. Imagine how desperate and erratic that can make a man who's already, I don't know, at least by my perception, kind of desperate and erratic. A man who's been deputized to act as an extra-legal government enforcer, whose operatives are tapping into all of our data and sensitive systems, who, at least this morning, seemed headed to the Pentagon to hear all about our secret war plans with China, a country that represents Elon Musk's last best hope for saving his shaking business empire.
Elon is begging major shareholders, and he's also begging the employees at his companies to hold on to their stock as it continues to plummet, because obviously all of Elon's net worth is tied up in Tesla stock that continues to go down and down and down and down and down every day. You know, like Tim Walz said, he's checking his phone. He gets a little boost when he sees that arrow pointing down, which it seems like it always is. Again, why Howard Lutnick had to go on TV and beg for Americans to buy Tesla stock. I just still can't even get over how crazy that was. It was so crazy that not even Carolyn Levitt, the most disingenuous liar in the White House, could possibly stand up for it.
And a follow-up question, the Commerce Secretary yesterday said that Tesla stock is something that Americans should be buying. Is that the stance of the administration, that people should be investing in? Is that something that the Commerce Secretary should be recommending?
I think the Commerce Secretary was reiterating that the president supports an American-made company like Tesla, who produces a very good product for the American people, which was beloved by the American people, particularly Democrats, until Elon Musk decided to vote for Donald Trump. And now we've seen despicable and unacceptable violence taking place across our country at Tesla dealerships against workers, employees, and also innocent Americans who drive these vehicles. It's actually a scary time in our country because of this political violence from the left, and the White House and the president's entire administration condemn it wholeheartedly.
Caroline,
we'll see you guys
Caroline,
at 4 o'clock.
Caroline.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Caroline.
You know things are bad when not even Carolyn Levitt tries to defend you. Obviously, she wouldn't be able to. She's not very good at her job, as we continue to see over and over again every single day. But she didn't even try. Her position was, I don't know, that sounds kind of insane. And then just ran away from the press, as she's like more often than not doing whenever asked a question that makes her uncomfortable. But again, we've talked about this. Republicans are creating the messaging void. They are creating the messaging vacuum because they are running away from the confrontation because they really have no answers. But we do. It is why AOC and Bernie Sanders are out on the road calling out Elon Musk, calling out Donald Trump, and delivering actual solutions as they mobilize Democrats, independents, and Republicans across the country. And a great example of that came right here from AOC.
I don't believe in healthcare, labor, and human dignity because I'm an extremist. I believe these things because I was a waitress. Because I worked double shifts to keep the lights on. Because I did lose my dad as a kid and had to see my mom open the hospital bills a few days later. And I don't want us to live like this anymore. We deserve better. And this isn't just about Republicans. We need a Democratic Party that fights harder for us too. Communities choosing and voting for Democrats and elected officials who know how to stand for the working class. Colorado, I want to thank you for working hard to make that happen. In fact, I want to tell you a little bit about Diana DeGette, whose district we're in right now. She's not here today. She just had a baby grandson born not too long ago, so I'm sending her our regards. But you know, Diana DeGette, she is one of the most powerful people in Congress on healthcare. She's in charge of the healthcare subcommittee. And Diana DeGette is a co-sponsor of Medicare for All. She believes in a guaranteed right to healthcare for every American. Thank you for electing her. When other Democrats caved, your senators, Michael Bennet and John Hickman She's right here. Brittany Patterson's right here. You elected this champion. She got on a plane with a 4-week-old baby to vote no on that bill. Defend her, support her, uplift her. In fact, every Democrat from the state of Colorado who represents a congressional district in the state voted against that bill. So I want to thank Joe Goose and Jason Crow as well. And don't stop there. I want you to look at every level of office around you and support Democrats who actually fight, because those are the ones that can win against Republicans. But our work here isn't done yet, because you know which Coloradans did vote to gut Medicaid and Jack Cocchiarella? Every single Republican representative from Colorado and the United States. Don't you worry. I was just at Gabe Evans' district earlier today, and a lot of his 11,000 of his constituents would like a word with him.
This is what I love to see. It gets me so fired up. This is exactly the type of mobilization that we need in this moment when people want to fight. And look at the size of those crowds. I think yesterday it was almost 35,000 people in Colorado showed up to see AOC and Bernie Sanders speak, which, by the way, is a lot more than Donald Trump is able to bring in and was even during the election. And I am just begging AOC or Bernie Sanders, doesn't matter, either one. You have a couple more days of this Stop Oligarchy tour. Please just mention crowd size. Please. You'll get Donald Trump so upset. It would be so beautiful to see him do another crowd size freak out. Do we need to get Barack Obama out there again, do the insinuation about the size of stuff with Donald Trump? Please. I'm begging you. It would just be so great. AOC was instructing and sharing the rights that her constituents in her district have if they were to be approached by Donald Trump's thug ICE agents, and he threatened to deport her. I wonder what he would do if she mocked his crowd size. Like, would he just, like, send someone to arrest her? I don't know. I would not want that to happen, but I certainly do want AOC to mock Donald Trump. And if she doesn't, we'll fill that void. We're going to be mocking Donald Trump on this show. And if you want to support that, we're allowed to have fun once in a while. Things are pretty bad. I think we need it. You can hit that subscribe button. You can leave a like on this video. And if you stuck around to the end, you can drop a blue heart in the comments. And until next time, I will see you soon.